Good evening, everyone, or good afternoon, or whatever time it is. Welcome to Gray Man Prepping. It is time for a Tactical Tuesday. I'm going to talk in tactics, gear, more mainly gear tonight, though, this afternoon. And tonight's topic is, do you have winter gear? And how's everybody doing out there? All right, let me jump up over here and make sure I caught everybody saying hi to them. So first one in was Utah Mike, then Tibor, then Aiden Air, and saying hi to each other, and then Mountain One Survival, and the numbers say we got some lurkers out there, so lurking's fine, but I would appreciate it. At least hit thumbs up and at least say, hey, lurking at work, or just say lurking at time you're at work. Just let us know and let the algorithm know that you're actually watching. Oh, lost somebody. Oh, he wants me to say hi. All right. So I'm trying a different time, getting back into it here. Tried 12 o'clock Mountain Time last week. Going to try 2 o'clock this week. See what works the best, for you guys. My grandson with autism gets school. The bus drops him off from school at 3 o'clock. So that's why I'm just trying this so I can get an hour in before he shows up, because first thing he wants to do is come over here. All right, so let's hop back over here and let's start getting into this a little bit here. Oh, I thought I took all those. It's supposed to show them all. There we go. Come on, get back here. Why is it doing that? Okay, it's acting weird. I thought I took out all the automatic things and it's taking one out. All right, so we'll just start at it. Okay, food and water are obvious. Those are things for whether it's winter or not. Clothing somewhat semi-obvious, but the winter clothing is a little bit different. We'll get into that. Heat, light, power, and especially car gear is one of the things we're going to be talking about. Oh, Myra Page is here. And so let's see this thing does everything right. Okay, clothing. When it comes to your winter gear for clothing, I'm going to say and go with the tried and true stuff of layering. And I'm going to have a little fun with it. Little Lone Pepper's in the house. And I'm going to have a little fun with this one here with natural fibers and stuff. What was interesting, I was curious. I've been getting a lot of these stupid bearskin hoodie ads on my regular when I'm watching people's videos on YouTube or on Facebook, and are getting annoying. So I decided to do a research on this. Let me see if I can pull this off over here. Anyway, I searched, all right, what in the heck is the bearskin hoodie made of? And it says it's made of a proprietary 330/340 grams per square meter of bearskin trademark fleece, 100% polyester. Yeah, just about all of them are 100% polyester of those fleece stuff. And, so on this stuff. And then I said, well, wait a minute, fleece polyester. What does it, how does it burn and stuff? I mean, is it, when I first went to this is going to be funny. Let me go over to it. It had a whole bunch. I had to scroll down on it, talking about how it's fire safe and it self-extinguishes and stuff. And I gave it a thumbs down. And I went in and told them, polyester is highly flammable, and especially when it's been raked and stuff, and it goes poof, and it burns like 6 times faster than cotton or wool. 10 minutes later, the AI eliminated all this and brought this up, still saying it's made of polyester fleece, and it says the hoodie is not designed to be fire resistant. It can melt when exposed to high heat or direct flame. No crap. Goes on. It will burn or melt if exposed to significant heat sources. Yeah, a match will do it. Seriously, a match will. pros. A match will set any fleece on fire, unless they've added chemicals to it to make it fire resistant. But yeah, it had all the stuff saying how good it was and how bad natural fibers were. So, but yeah, natural fibers, keeping yourself warm, cotton and wool are your best natural fibers. Linen, which is made from flax. And Grumpy Adventures, welcome from the UK. Woohoo! We're international again, guys. Oh, I missed the one up here. Lee Argent's in here as well. But yeah, when I was in high school, I got recruited for the search and rescue team at the north rim of the Grand Canyon, along with several other high schoolers. The ones that had the biggest problem out there that we had to go rescue weren't wearing cotton, weren't wearing wool, weren't wearing linen. They were wearing polyester crap. And everyone on the search and rescue team wore Levi's with wool underwear, long johns on underneath, a wool Pendleton shirt, and we were toasty warm. And everybody else was, bleh. Utah Mike says, wear wool socks, synthetic base layers. Yeah. Interesting thing about synthetic stuff here. When I was working with the Boy Scouts, Mary, who was the manager of the scout shop there in Concord, was allergic to synthetics. She could only wear wool socks. It was so funny. But then again, if anybody remembers back a few years, I used to have Dave from Southern Ohio Prepping on a lot, and he withdrew from YouTube pretty much altogether. He's allergic to wool and wears only cotton. So, all right. Yeah, it can be a personal choice, but all the years I've been doing search and rescue scouts and everything, it's the only ones that had problems with the ones wearing synthetics. Yeah, it's just one of the things that we noticed. All right, so natural fibers over synthetics is from my experience, is the best stuff to go with. However, I will say I do have one thing that is synthetic, and that's what straps on over the bottom of my pants and the boots, and that's the Gore-Tex gaiters. That's just to keep the snow out of the riding up inside the pants to get into the boots. That's the only thing synthetic I have, and that's not for warmth. That's just for blocking the snow from working its way up into my pants. All right, next one. Heat. All right, it's wintertime. Yeah, you want to stay warm. There's several different ways for heating. There's heating your area you're in, or there's heating your body besides the clothes. But for heating the areas, your house and stuff like that, as always, I recommend having multiple heat sources. If you have a wood-burning stove, you're great. But you generally have to have a way of help moving the heat around. And I forgot to bring it over here. Hang on, let me grab something right here. All right. Let me change the view here. Yeah, make that small, make me bigger, so I can show you this. I have several of these that sit on my my wood burning stove. Has the little conductor stuff on it. This is a heat thing, so as it heats up, it lifts the front off so it doesn't get too hot. But up in here, it has the heat transference to the electric, makes the electricity to run the motor. No power required, just heat. But if you have like a gas furnace, like I have recently installed, my backup is now the wood stove, which used to be my primary, and I still have the propane heaters, the Mr. Buddy, the Little Buddy, which I have the oxygen sensor on it, so it shuts down if you get buildup in it. But with for ventilation here, with all the bathroom fans around, and when the wind's blowing, you just either feel cold air coming in one bathroom fan, or you hold the toilet paper, you can see it just going up to power off. It's just the way the wind blows just causes air to circulate through the house. So that's good. So, but if you happen to have solar panels and you have your furnace hooked up to solar panels to power the blower and the igniter, so if the power goes out, you don't have to worry about losing that, but you got to go out and you got to keep your solar panels free of snow. Well, that's why you keep your clothes wet. You don't go swimming when you're ice fishing. Yeah. Yeah. When I was working for a construction company back in 80, 85, we had a job down in Modesto in the wintertime. I never knew the Central Valley in California could get so friggin' cold. And we were working 12 hours a day. And I was running the California soil cement machine that we designed and built. And I'm up on the upper platform running it so I can see what's going on in front. I can see down into the ditch 35 feet away, and I can see what's going on behind me with the excavator that's loading the soil into the machine and processing and everything. So chill up there in the Central Valley fog and the wind blowing about 15 miles an hour. Holy moly! I wound up getting a Carhartt insulated parka, Carhartt insulated bib coveralls with my thermals on underneath and my Levi's and everything else. That's the only way I was able to stay semi warm in it. All right, next one. Light. Wintertime, power goes out. Power goes out, seems to go out a lot more in the wintertime unless you're in California. And then it goes out in the summertime when everybody turns on the AC and trips the breakers. Lights, multiple sources, flashlights, electric powered flashlights, electric powered lanterns, um, oil lanterns, propane lanterns. There's a lot, I know I'm forgetting a couple other, candles. Yeah, so there's a ways you can have light sources when the power goes out to keep things lit. Right now, my favorite flashlight was a freebie I got from Opus when they sent me a extension battery for my power station, and it wouldn't work right, so they sent another one out and sent me this as an apology gift. This thing is really cool. It focuses it from tight beam to wide beam, and there's the narrow beam. Wide beam's not quite as bad, but it works good. It works really great, and it comes with two different things on it. Let's see if I can pull it apart here for you. I like this. These are I've heard of several other ones doing this, and this is a good idea in my opinion. So this is a rechargeable special battery for it. It's a 7.4 watt hour battery. It's 3.7 volts, 2,000 amp hours on it. And it has this, or it has a different thing that slides in here that takes three AA batteries, or no, three AAA batteries. So if you have to, you can use the batteries while you're recharging this off your power station or off of your battery bank, little battery bank. Make sure it's working. Okay, it's working again. If you have a propane or oil lamps, propane lanterns, oil lamps, make sure you have plenty of fuel to get through a week's worth of power outage. Hopefully you'll never have a week's worth, but you want to have plenty of it. I actually got several 30-pound propane tanks, and I got a tree to go on top of one, a propane tree, and I put the lantern on top, so it's up and it will light the area. I also have almost a dozen oil lamps as well, and not to mention 2 big boxes of candles. So yeah. Now, if you're worried about it, the neighbors knowing that you have power or have light, and you don't want them coming over, can I plug into your generator? Or whatever power source you have, it's like blackout curtains. Blackout curtains have 2 functions during the winter. One is to keep the light from getting out, so no one knows you have power when everybody else is out of power. And 2, they're heavy enough, they act as an insulator a little bit out on the windows. So that also helps keeps the house a little bit warmer. Yes. Oh, yes. Thank you. I forgot about that. Yeah, I got like 45 of those suckers outside. And I got the nice big fancy glass ones, which were a 5-pack for I got them on sale at Sam's Club when they dropped down to $9.99 for a 5-pack. And I did videos on those a couple of years ago. I got those. Yeah, those things are just absolutely great. People are saying, I know it gets wet and cold. Yeah. That's one of the things. That's where I love wool long johns with the cotton liner on the inside, the double layer one. So the cotton is all nice and soft and doesn't itch. The wool really traps the heat in. And at my age, I can tell also it's going to be, I look at the temperature, it's like, okay, it's 70 degrees in the house here. Why am I shivering? Check the barometer is dropping. Next one here. Go over here. Power. Same thing with the power going out, but we're going to talk a little bit other things on the power. Try to have multiple sources if you can. Not everybody can do it, especially if they're in an apartment. One of the things you can do is, even if you are in an apartment, if you get one of the small inverter generators that are really, really quiet, and you got a little balcony like Kaylin Strain has, she can put that out there if she had one, fire it up and run the cable inside to keep her refrigerator running, or to run a little electric space heater. One of the other things is like, I got to do a video on it for you guys. I got the Opus Mega 2 2400 watt inverter system, power station with 3 expansion batteries on it. And yeah, right now I'm using it as an uninterrupted power supply in the kitchen. So it powers the refrigerator, the chest freezer, the toaster, and the microwave. And I got it set up because we have a power break here system. Basically, it's like they got peak hour rate and off peak hour rate, or you just go with a flat line, which is more expensive all around. So during the on peak power rate, where it costs like 3 times as much as the off peak, I got a timer set up. It plugs in, the system charges through the wall, so say charges all the time, except during the power peak times. Then it's strictly running off the batteries. As soon as this power, we're onto the low cost time, it starts charging the batteries back up again. And the times are like in the morning, it's from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and the evening it's 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. So basically it's 8 hours a day. And so during those times, it switches over automatically and everything runs on the power source. Well, if the power goes out, it automatically runs everything off the power station, which is really cool. And the staff sergeant, I showed her all the stuff on it. She goes, "Yeah, go ahead and get it. It's on sale. It's 50% off. It's cheap. Go ahead and get it." So that's what I did. And so far it's been working great. It's lowered our electric bill because we have very few things running on peak time. So summertime the peak is higher because the summer peak hours, there's no morning peak time. It's from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. and that's the peak time. That's the peak time in the summertime. Oh yeah. Oh, something else that if you're in the house and you don't want to be wearing your boots in the house, I can't remember who made them for me. One of the ones on several years back on Courtney's White Family Farms weight loss challenge. One of the viewers made all those that were participating in the weight loss challenge knitted them all slippers, yarn slippers, and those things are nice. All right, let's see. Next one. Okay. So multiple power sources. So what I have here, I still haven't gotten my wife to say where she wants to put the solar panels. We got a boatload. We got 2,100 watt panels, and we got 15 watt panels. And she can't make up her mind where she wants to have me install them at, because we don't want them on the roof. And so once those are in, then I'll have even more multiple sources. But so right now I got the UPS power station in the kitchen, which will last probably for about 3 days of running the microwave, the refrigerator, the chest freezer, and the toaster. I do have a tri-fuel generator, a 5,800 watt tri-fuel generator on its lowest, which would be running on natural gas. It's like 8,200 watts on gasoline, and propane somewhere in between. But so I got generators, I got power stations, and when the wife decides it, I'll have solar, which will really help out, because then it'll just run the power station totally on solar. But you got to have enough fuel for if you have a dual fuel, tri-fuel, single fuel generator, whether it's gasoline or propane. Fortunately, if it's just a power outage locally here for me, my tri-fuel, I can run it off. I got a natural gas stub out the back door where I can hook it up and run the cable to the main breaker and power the house. But something like that, I'd only run it for a half an hour at a time, because that's all it takes to charge up the power station. Get fully charged again every 12 hours, half an hour at one point, half hour at another point, and it's fully charged. So having enough fuel is important for whatever you're going to use to generate power with. Unless you're lucky, you have wind blowing all the time, you got a wind turbine, one of those small ones and stuff. They'll give you like 3,000 watts of power all the time. Or you have a stream flowing through your property that never freezes, that you can put a water turbine on. Loss of the okay, good. All right, next one here. Car gear, probably the biggest place where people forget to put something, take care of there. You should always have jumper cables in your car. Goes without saying. Or one of those little powered bank things that has the jumper cables on it, and you can jump your car and you get back home, you plug it in for a little bit, charge it back up. And they do have some of those jumper cables, jumper starter systems where they have the jumper cables on it. They have a little air compressor on it. It has a warning blinking on it, so it's blinking while you're airing up your tires so you don't get sideswiped. Ice scraper. It may not snow, but where you're at, but if it drops down below freezing, you're probably going to need an ice scraper to keep your windows clean, because your credit cards only last so long scraping the ice off and they start coming apart. One of the things you need to do is the freeze zone washer fluid, antifreeze washer fluid for the windows and stuff. Make sure you change that over in the fall, or you can run it year round. I know you can pick it up relatively cheap at Walmart, Sam's Club, Home Depot has cases of it piled by the contractor's exit. Other things to have in your car, blankets, because if you get stuck in a car and you can't go anywhere, you don't want to be running the engine and have the snow build up around it. Now all of a sudden the exhaust is trapped and is feeding back into the passenger compartment and killing you. So you want to have blankets and hand warmers. If you live in an area where it snows or possible snow chains or snow cables. Four portable packs. Yeah. Ben Gilmore says that it has that as one of his top 10 picks. The Blue Eddy AC3000. And I believe the 3000 is the one that you can, if you have two of the units, you can get the adapter to plug one into each unit and you can get 240 out of it. Yeah, on Wednesday or Tuesday last week, we got a bunch of snow came down, and it snowed and it stopped and it snowed and it stopped. Saturday morning, the snow pretty much melted off the street, most of the driveway, but the grass and the garden area, everything still had snow on it. By the time we got done with Shadow Scouts live stream, I went out there. Whoa, the temperature had gotten up to 58 and all the snow was gone. We have more snow coming. Let me look at it. Snow, actually, no, they took the snow out. We got rain tonight, not snow, and rain tomorrow. Then it's sunshine through next Monday. Highs in the upper 40s, low 50s for us, which is strange. It also means that the staff sergeant may make it up here easily. So, speaking, I got to show something here real quick. Let's see if I can find it here real quick. This was Patty Hicks put this out on Facebook. Let me enlarge it just a little bit here. This is as of this morning Pacific time. 2-day totals for you got Portland, Troutdale, Hood River, Vancouver, also some of the others. How much rain they've gotten in the last 48 hours. Yeah, we got rain coming in. It's supposed to be we got 30% chance of rain today, mainly after 4 p.m. Okay. And then tonight is 30% chance of rain, mainly after midnight. But yeah. So that one thing that goes along with that is rain that I forgot to put on the clothing one, rain gear. And we've gone through and tried a bunch of different types of rain gear. The rain gear that worked the best was what we were issued from our construction company we worked for. My brother and I, we got, every year they give us a set of rain gear because they figure, all right, it's going to be trashed by the end of the season. Well, we took care of ours and we still have ours. But it's that heavy duty yellow one where you got the bib coverall one with the slicker with the zipper on it, and with the hood on it. Yeah, those are great. At least the first year they had hoods. The second year they had the zip off hoods. So a lot of the guys, were having to wear hard hats, just didn't like it, and so they were tucking it inside. So they got the ones with the collar on it and the zip off hood. Those things are great. They lasted years. In fact, I retired from that company in 96, 97. And I still have 2 pairs of that, one for me and one for the staff sergeant. Yeah, I remember him talking about that. Now, so snow change blankets, that stuff there. Hand warmers, there's 2 different types of hand warmers you can use to keep in your car. One is the ones that has the little packet, and you crumple it up and stuff, and it starts doing stuff. The other one is one that is the rechargeable one that has the weird metal tab in it. You can pop it, and it starts heating up. And there's 2 different. One once you has the metal, and you pop it, it heats it up. Another one you pop it, and it cools down. But you can recharge those. The points of recharging those. Then there's the old Zippo ones, the ones that my dad has, and my brother now, my nephew, my brother's son, he has a bunch of those, and my youngest son has them too. They come in a felt carrying case. You fill it up with the lighter fluid and light the little spiral bar on, get it going, close it up, and you put it in your pockets. It radiates into you. It doesn't get so hot it'll burn your clothing or anything, but you can't hold it in your bare hands. That's why I keep it in the felt covering, put it in there, and do that. Yeah, if you start with those heavy duty raincoat stuff, you got to pay attention. If it stops raining, unzip it and open it up. If it's really cold, yeah, you can keep it on. But yeah, like I said, you got to use some. You got to use common sense. You know when you're starting to sweat, you need to remove layers. Yeah. Okay. See here. Your vehicle can be used for emergency warming. Yeah. If you get, your thing is using your vehicle. If there's snow building up around it, you got to get out and you got to clear the snow away from the exhaust. Make sure it's got a good way to blow away so you don't wind up sucking the exhaust inside of it. A small inverter to do some small things, but generally most of the inverters for plugging into like your cigarette lighter, or now they call it the power port because they throw away the cigarette lighter, is how many watt inverter you can plug into it. But having certain things in the car to help keep you warm is a good deal to help out. Just like I said, layering and stuff. You will see condensation building up on the windows. Being in a car in extreme cold, above freezing, and especially below freezing. Oh, exactly. Not only that, they bring back the old shop classes where they taught you how to do certain things. Like in the shop class they had in the junior high I was in, They had wood shop, metal shop, and handyman shop, where you learned how to change out electrical plugs, light switches, replace the ceramic overhead if it breaks, how to unplug drains and stuff like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Where my wife is currently in the San Francisco Bay Area, that we have gotten some really we've gotten a little bit of snow that lasted an hour or two before it melted. We got the puffball hail, which coated everything and took several hours to melt off, except when the temperature dropped down to 20 degrees. And we've had stuff drop down to 20 degrees. And when it happened there in warm San Francisco Bay Area weather, we were out there scrambling, putting old king size sheets over the orange trees, the lemon trees, the jade plant. We were decorating all the trees with Christmas lights, not the LEDs, the little miniature incandescent ones, and even the C7s, the ones like regular old fashioned night lights. We were covering the trees and putting blankets on over them to keep those from freezing. It's okay to use tights. uh, oh, you got one of the ones that clips it with a extension cord. Yes, that's good. Problem is, most cars nowadays, the batteries aren't as big and as bulky and as powerful as they were back in the 60s and 50s when you had big old battery and you have a lot more crank hours and stuff on it. Yeah. Oh, you mean like Robin Hood, Men in Tights? Sorry, I almost got myself dinged by. I almost started to sing the song about Men in Tights. All right, did I got anything after this one? No, that was the end of that one. All right. All right, I think I've covered anything else you guys can think of to share with each other and anybody else who comes back and watches the replay. Uh, oh, there are if you have like a generator or a power station that is fed by solar power. If you there are some great. Let me see if I can bring them up here. Show it to you what it is here. Hang on here. Let me get rid of that. Drop that down. And so I have some of these. I put them underneath the tractor to warm up the block on the tractor. Go to this. Let's see if it works here and brings it up. There we go. So all right. So I've gotten 2 packs of the 100 waters and 2 packs of the 50 waters. So this is the 50 watt. This one is the 75 watt. So I've gotten some of each of these out there in the shop. But when I had a bunch of the plants out in the shop, I put a couple of these in a little ceramic base on a 2x6 so I can move, just set around, had an extension cord on it, wired it up, and these things here, that's the heating element there in the ceramic. and it doesn't put out a lot of heat, but it puts out enough. These are generally used for reptiles, cave, aquariums where you just hang it up above and it warms and keeps the snakes, the lizards, the iguanas warm during the wintertime when you don't want to be using a lot of heating up the whole house. They work good for that. Yes, some of the good old interstate ones are really good. Oh yeah, if you're going to be driving around in the car, yeah, get big thermos. This here's my water bottle, but it's a double walled. I can put hot water, soups, like that in here. Of course, if I do the hot water, I don't use the straw top on it, which is this one here. That's the straw. I use the one that has the screw top on it. Oh, all right. Portable. Let me go ahead and portable solar panels. Yes, they do. Um, there's smaller ones. There's a bunch of them actually. Gold Zero has some for backpackers. It folds up, and you get there, you pop it out, and you can charge your phone on it. You can if you have one of one of these little power banks, you can charge it up off of it, and that way while you're hiking, you can listen to your tunes while you're hiking. There are some bigger ones. So I have one out in one of the cargo containers. It's about that wide and about that tall. Has like a briefcase on it. You flip the thing and it folds open, and it's a 15-watt solar panel, and it comes with all sorts of different attachments that plug onto it. So I have the Anderson power pole attachment on it. I have a USB attachment on it. I have the oh, I think it's the 8 millimeter, which some of the different things use. And yeah, they have one that has like 4 different things on it, so you can plug in to run your your transistor radio. So it provides 9 volts on it. Has a little thing that has different things you can plug into it to get different voltages out of it. Excellent. Yeah, they do have the little 12-volt car heaters. And let me see if I can bring it up here. 12-volt. There we go. They got some little ones and stuff to yeah, you aim at the window, which I don't they got the ones you plug in in, and it's 150 watt, and you can aim whichever way you want. They got a bunch of different ones. This one here you actually can sit down on the floor and warm your feet, and that way the heat rises up on you. That's a 200-watt job. And yeah, there's a bunch you can just look out there for that there. Let me bring something else up here real quick. Go back to the other one. See, I'm not most of the solar panels I got have all those USB attachments I've gotten at Harbor Freight, but solar panel with USB port. See, I got these foldable ones from different ones that do this, that have the USB on them. There you go. There's one with 6-watt mini panel for $11. And here's one of the ones that fold up and fast charges 2 devices at once. 67 waterproof for camping, hiking, outdoors activities. That's a big one. Don't want the big one. But see, some of these ones here, they come small like that, and then they fold out. And that is a 30-watt panel. So yeah, there are a lot of things. And things if you're stuck in the snow and the clouds go away, you got sun. One of those things would be great to help keep your car charged while you're using a little car heater. Yeah, Mike was talking about that yesterday on his question and answer one. Yeah, there are a bunch of different ones. You can just look into it. You can find them. Amazon has a bunch of them, and then there are you can find it on Amazon. You can probably hunt down, get it from the company direct, a little bit cheaper generally. A little bit cheaper. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Oh, one of the things too, when you're doing your food, make sure you have the food that you can eat in the wintertime. You don't want to have to be going Donner Party on your family. All righty. So coming up here, Thursday is the midnight ride, 10 p.m. Eastern. It's the normal time for it. And let's come on. Where is it? There it is. Saturday is I'm not sure what I'm going to do Friday. I'm going to try to do something this Friday. Get the Friday on the Homestead live stream going again. But this Friday happens to be the staff sergeant's birthday, so I may be on the. Vanessa Kitty made it in. Vanessa Kitty, staff sergeant's birthday. It's on Friday. I may be talking to her, or I may come up with something else. But Saturday survival at 8 p.m. Eastern. After World War III starts, what are your plans? And then, of course, I will be on Shadow's live stream from 2 Eastern to 6 Eastern as well. And next Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound is pre-cooked meals in a jar. Anna froze. And then coming up on next Tuesday, can you survive 3 months without power? And we're aiming mainly on this one for the summer time because it's a little bit harder in the wintertime unless you got a wood burning stove. But we're going to be covering, can you survive 3 months without power? All right, everyone. Remember, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish. Keep adding to your preps, water, food, medicine, clothing, and learn a new skill every month. All right, take care.